What is going on, everybody? Thammagotcha here, and welcome into another video. This time we hit veteran with this double ice backline of Dewgong, Froslass, and Medicham on the lead. So let's hop into these matches and check out how good this team is. So Medicham gonna go into Pelipper. I have two better answers in the back, so I'm gonna swap out into my Dewgong right away, and out comes a Steelix. Now you could go for the icy wind bait here, but I just decided to go straight for the drill run. We get the shield anyways, and if they decide to no shield that, then I just get maximum damage off. And besides, we get to another drill run before they even decide to debuff us. So I think this is just going to be a breaking swipes, which it is. And from here, we're just going to get as much ice shard damage as we can. Gonna look to no shield this move as well. And we can just come in here with Medicham and farm all the way down. We should be almost at an ice punch, maybe get 3 counters. No, oh my gosh, I decided to come in with the Froslass after they throw the breaking swipe, and we get the full farm down, and it turns out to be a Poliwrath in the back. Now if you don't want to run ice punch, you can run psychic, which might be the better move set, but I found getting to the ice punch and the power up punch variant, it was nice. So we get to the back-to-back shadow balls. This shadow ball is going to be saying left, right, good night to that Poliwrath. Back in comes the Pelipper, all shields down. This avalanche is going to hurt. Neutral damage, but Pelipper is quite squishy, and Froslass hits like a truck. Almost one-shotting this Pelipper. I can no shield this, and now powder snow all the way down with Froslass. I didn't shield that because if they would have weather balled and then went for the hurricane, that might have been a little bit difficult. They could have farmed up extra energy. Two better answers to this Altaria, but now out comes a Regiseal. This is where Dewgong is really nice. You have the access to drill run, so if a steel type comes in, you are going to be able to hit it with super effective damage. Gonna no shield this. We do live a Zap Cannon, not very well, but we are gonna be able to get to another drill run here. Drill run is gonna be doing nice damage. Look at that damage, and we're gonna be able to get to one more before Dewgong goes down, which is beautiful. They decide to no shield it. Left, right, good night. We take shield and switch advantage, and it's a Swampert in the back, and we have a power up punch Medicham on our side with 2 shields. Gonna no shield the hydro cannon here. I'm gonna farm up to almost the psychic and then throw the ice punch. I just want the damage off from now. They decided to no shield that, which is even better. It's going to put it into a nice farm down range, so I can shield once and farm all the way down with my Froslass. They're going to get to a move, but they're not going to get to a second one. And I just want the back-to-back avalanches for when that Altaria wants to come back in. I haven't seen an Altaria all season, so it's crazy to see it kind of like higher up in the elo ranges. Hopping into the next matchup here. Umbreon lead. This is where the power up punch Medicham really thrives. They're going to swap out into a superior. I got the Froslass. I didn't want to come in with Dewgong because the Vine Whips would do super effective damage and the Frenzy Plants would absolutely chunk. So I'm going to farm up to almost the back-to-back avalanches. They threw on 6, so I'm going to throw on 4 just because I'm not sure who wins CMP. I'm pretty sure Froslass does, just by the hair of the chain. Gonna no shield the... Oh my gosh, the opponent tries to bait with the aerial ace. I no shield it, and they can't shield the next one, but back in comes the Umbreon, and this is where Froslass is really good. We are a ghost type taking super effective damage, but these avalanches just start to chunk, and we get to the second one before they can even farm us down. Look at that freaking Umbreon is almost all the way down, but out comes a Cresselia. Okay. This is going to be quite difficult. I am going to shield up the grass knot here. That would be the most damaging move left in the game. Going to go for this icy wind here just to lower the next grass knot that we are going to be taking. Can I get to another one? No, unfortunately we cannot. So I'm going to farm up a bit extra energy here, keeping an eye on my switch clock timer there to be sure that they don't snipe us with the foul play. They're going to throw another grass knot. Now this puts us into foul play range. I throw the icy wind, and what I should be doing is swapping out into my Medicham right away because they swap into the Umbreon. Oh, I knew it was going to happen too, and I just decided to let it go. But maybe we can farm all the way down and get the 2 ice punches before they get to a Moonblast here. I just need 5 more counters. Let's see. First ice punch going to be coming in. That gets no shielded. No shields left on the clock, and they get to a Moonblast. That is super unfortunate. Left, right, good night, Medicham. And that's going to be a good game. Well played. A little bit of problems on my end, but I think we could have won that game. My opponent just outplayed me. So next matchup here, they swap into a lantern. I'm gonna get to this drill run, no problem. And I'm hoping I can get to another one, but they're gonna outpace me to the thunderbolt, and I don't really want to expend a shield in this matchup here. So good counting by my opponent, making sure they throw on the CMP tie. Thunderbolt is just enough to knock us out. Left, right, good night. And we don't have Psychic on the Medicham, which is quite unfortunate. So I am gonna shield up the Thunderbolt here. I'm gonna throw the Power Up Punch. Power Up Punch ramps up your attack, but it's not a Psychic. We're gonna have to eat a Thunderbolt after we throw this next Power Up Punch here. And I'm hoping I can get to an Ice Punch against that Gligar. Now, I'm really also hoping that this is the best answer to ice types. The lantern is, so let's check it out here. Ice Punch gonna be coming in. This is double boosted, and it's probably gonna be getting that last shield, which it does, and it's a Lickitung in the back. And if y'all didn't know, Lickitung loses to Froslass in the 1v0 shields. I'm pretty sure it also loses in the 1v1 shields, if I'm correct, but I'm not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to farm up to just about to back-to-backs here. It's just a body slam. So I farm up exactly back-to-back. So I have one avalanche to throw at this Lickitung and another avalanche to throw at this Gligar. And this Gligar is going to be saying left, right, good night, because ice is double super effective damage. And that's going to be a good game, well played. So hard counter on lead, hard counter on the swap, and we still managed to pull that one out with Froslass. So great lead for us here, and they swap into a Gligar. My goodness gracious. I'm going to shield up this. This is going to be the dig, and from here I'm just going to farm all the way down. I'm probably going to get that shield back if the Alolan Sandslash decides to come back in, because I just have so much energy here. I'm going to throw the Drill Run. Drill Run is going to be doing a lot of damage, not enough to KO. I throw one Ice Shard and then an Icy Wind, hoping this gets a shield, which it does. This is going to allow me to live this Drill Run here and possibly get to another Drill Run of my own, or make my opponent expend energy. So I should be going through a Drill Run here, but I just decided to go for the Icy Wind just to negate the damage, and it's a Deoxys in the back. I should not have let him get that farm down. I should have swapped out instantly. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shield up this Thunderbolt here, and then I'm just going to farm up to the back-to-back Shadow Balls. But my opponent decides to quit the match because one Psycho Boost is not going to KO us. I would have reached the back-to-back Psycho Boost, or sorry, Shadow Balls, and that would have been enough to KO. So hopping into the next matchup, that was a 4-1 by the way. Great lead here, Lickitung into Medicham, a little bit closer, but we do have the edge since we have the Power Up Punch. Gonna let this first Body Slam go through. Gonna be fine, and they decide to swap into their own Medicham. I let them get a little bit of a head start here. So I'm gonna shield up this Psychic, as that would be the most damaging move other than the lick damage. And I'm going to farm up to a boatload of energy just before they get to a next Psychic here. Shadow Ball going to be saying left, right, good night to that Medicham. Back in comes the Lickitung. But the good thing is I stored up some energy, so this Avalanche is definitely going to hurt the Lickitung. And if they don't throw energy, I'm going to get to another Avalanche, and I'm probably going to be taking that second shield. So let's see here. Yes, we are. I'm assuming they're going to be weak in the back because they're double shielding the Lickitung when they know I have a Power Up Punch Medicham to come in here. So I'm going to throw the Ice Punch. No bother throwing the Power Up Punch. Just want to get the damage off here, hoping I can farm down. And yes, we can, but the opponent decides to quit the match. That's going to be a good game. I'm assuming there's probably like a Gligar or something back there. Well played to my opponent. Deoxys lead. This is probably the worst lead for this team. But what I do here, I go for the Power Up Punch, and then I go straight Ice Punch. I'm hoping I can get the 2 Ice Punch. It's going to put this Deoxys low enough where I can shield once with the Froslass and get a very massive farm down. Probably get a shield back, potentially. If there's not a Lickitung back there, I'm going to get a shield back from whatever comes in. Unless it's like, I don't know, a fire type. We'll see. Another Thunderbolt. That is not enough to KO, but they come in with the Registeel. Oh, that's so bad. I maybe should have came in with the Dugong here, but I come in with the Froslass. Shadow Ball, gonna be getting that shield. I am gonna shield up the Zap Cannon. Hopefully we don't get the debuff, which we don't, which is super nice because now my Shadow Ball is gonna be doing maximum damage. I want to get the shield back too, throwing the next Shadow Ball so we get both shields from my opponent. I am gonna shield up this move here, and hopefully I can get to another Shadow Ball before they outpace. And they catch the move, so I went over by 1. If I just throw the Shadow Ball right when I get it, I KO the Registeel. So I build up back to the Shadow Ball, and I swap into my Dugong. I can't come into my Medicham. We're just gonna get licked down. We get hit by a power whip here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna negate their attack by throwing the Icy Wind. I don't need the damage as much as I need this debuff here, because I know they're gonna get to another power whip, and I want to be able to survive some licks here before I throw more energy. But now they decide to come in with Deoxys, so I throw one powder snow. Luckily, I didn't have a Psycho Boost, and then I throw the Avalanche. Back in comes the Lickitung. I throw as much as I can because their licks are not debuffed anymore, and I think I tried to catch the Zap Cannon, but if I just would have stayed in and got to the Shadow Ball, we would have won that game, unfortunately. But my opponent wins that game. Very close game. Very, very close. So, great catches. Another great lead, Alolan Sandslash. They hop into a Medicham. I hop into my Froslass. Gonna get to the Shadow Ball just as they reach the Psychic. It's gonna be 8 to the Psychic, 7 to my Shadow Ball. Left, right, good night. They just completely sacked that Medicham. You love to see that thing go down. Back in comes the Alolan Sandslash, and this thing's gonna have to throw energy, or else I'm gonna get to another Shadow Ball. And I'll take shield advantage here, considering I have a Medicham with Power Up Punch in the front. So that Alolan Sandslash does get a very aggressive farm down, but the good thing is Medicham is quite bulky. I'm gonna call it, this is not a drill run, it's just an Ice Punch. Now out comes the Azumarill. This is a little bit troublesome. I'm gonna go for the free Ice Shard here. Gonna shield up the move. Ice Beam. Oh, that is so unfortunate. I can't believe I shielded that up, but it's okay. That's going to be the most damaging move the Play Rough would have been, so I'm fine with getting this shield bait there, because I'm just going to throw that Icy Wind before they come back with the next Play Rough here. Play Rough is now going to not be doing a whole lot of damage, almost as much as the Ice Punch or Ice Beam did. It's quite unfortunate. And then I get to a Drill Run as soon as they come into the Alolan Sandslash, and I decide to catch their own Drill Run on my Medicham, which is going to seal their fate here. Because now they're going to have to throw energy, and all I have to do is get to the back-to-back drill runs here. I'm not going to bait at all. My lose condition would be throwing an Icy Wind. I'm going to shield up this move here. Probably going to be the Play Rough. If it's not, then I still outpace the 2 drill runs before they get to another move, considering they just threw an Ice Beam at my Medicham, and they decided to no-shield that. That's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. Hopping into the next matchup here, Medicham into Umbreon, another great lead for us. They're going to swap into a Superior, I swap into the Froslass, and they're going to outpace us by 1 turn to the Frenzy Plant, which I'm going to shield. That would do a whole lot of damage. Froslass is not the bulkiest, so I'm going to farm up 5 more Powder Snows, and then we get to the Avalanche. They end up shielding that, which is quite fine by me. I'm going to no-shield this again. We can survive a Frenzy Plant. It's not pretty, but we can survive it. So they throw the Aerial Ace bait, and that was a CMP tie because we farmed up a boatload of energy. Left, right, good night to that Superior. We get to another Avalanche against the Umbreon. Can we get to 1 more before they farm us all the way down? And it looks like they're going to, so I'm going to hop to throw a good timing here. Avalanche is going to put them in the red health. That is amazing. So now I come back in, and there is the Azumarill. I'm going to get to this drill run here. Going to shield up what potentially could be the Play Rough. Yes, so that would be the most damaging move. So I'm going to go for the Icy Wind right away because I think they're going to outpace me to the next one. So might as well just debuff them. Now we'll have to worry about taking another Play Rough here. Going to take this move to the face. Yep, Play Rough does not do a whole lot of damage, so I'm going to farm up as much energy as I can. Getting to the back-to-back drill runs here. I think I'm just going to throw back-to-back just in case they decide to catch my Twitch. Oh, I mean, it's not that bad considering it's just a foul play, because now I come in with my Medicham. I'm going to be able to get to this Ice Punch here against the Azumarill. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage, but it's going to put them into a range where I could, if they don't throw energy, I can get to another Ice Punch and hopefully knock them out. So Play Rough going to be coming in. Medicham survives, the freaking GOAT. Oh my gosh. And that's going to put them into a range where I can just Icy Wind them once and hopefully survive this Play Rough that is coming at me. Ice Shard gone through. We are almost at the move. We survive with 1 HP and a dream. And this drill run is going to knock out the Azumarill. Crazy. Oh, that was a close game. I thought I was losing that one. A Deoxys lead again. This is quite unfortunate for us, but we're going to stay in here. Go for the ice punch this time, and then I'm gonna go I think I just go straight ice punch. I don't even think I bother power up punching, because I get the 3 ice punches, which is gonna do more damage than a power up punch and then another ice punch. I decided to let this go. I'm hoping I can get to 1 more ice punch here, which I can't. It's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. Thunderbolt's gonna be saying left, right, good night, Medicham. And same game plan as last time. I'm gonna come in with the Froslass, and I'm going to go for a very, very aggressive farm down. And just before they get to the move, that is quite nice. Out comes a Lickitung. I'm gonna throw this avalanche here. It's the shield, and I come in with the Dugong, but it's a Medicham. Okay, this is quite doable. So let's check out, see, it's a power up punch Medicham as well. I throw 1 ice shard, and then I'm gonna throw my icy wind. This is gonna put them back to normal. And from here, I'm just gonna throw my drill run. They're throwing right as they get to the move. So another power up punch. They need 4 more counters to their next power up punch. And I'm hoping I can get 3 more counters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe they're trying to go for the psychic, but that just allows us to get a lot more farm. Even if they threw the power up punch anyways, I wasn't gonna shield it. And from here, I just need to farm up to the back-to-back avalanches, and my opponent decides to throw, so I'm gonna shield up this move. I don't think they're quite at the back-to-back. Even if they are, I would have won CMP on the next avalanche. Avalanche is going to be doing a whole lot of damage, and this second avalanche is going to be taking out the Lickitung, and that's going to be a good game. And another 4-1 set. That 4-1 set is going to take us all the way to veteran rank here, 25-19. Very spicy battles. This is a great team. Double ice. As long as you don't see like a double counter team in the back, you should be big chilling. But again, Froslass only takes neutral from counters, and Dugong doesn't do that bad against fighters either. Considering you have icy wind and drill run, you're gonna be all right. And Medicham is just a beast. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you guys are liking the content, please hit that like button, comment if you want to see anything in the future, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, because it really helps out the channel. And I will see everybody in the next video.